Once upon a time in the land of Persia, there was a king named Harry. His real name is Ahasuerus, but we'll call him Harry because it's easier to say. Now, the kingdom was a very, very big, large kingdom. And there were a lot of people in the kingdom, and he had a big army to serve him in his kingdom. Now, King Harry, like most kings, had a queen, and her name was Vashti. Queen Vashti was very beautiful, and King Harry was proud, very proud, to have such a beautiful queen. One day, King Harry was having a party. He told one of his messengers to go and get Queen Vashti so that everyone could see how pretty she was. When the messenger told the queen to come to the party, she told the messenger, "I'm busy. Tell him I said no." Well, when King Harry heard this, he couldn't believe it. Neither his friend Justin could believe it. He stopped the party and told everyone, Queen Vashti is no longer my queen. She must leave my kingdom immediately. But now the king had no queen. One of the king's wise men said to King Harry, "Sir, you should have a contest to find the prettiest girl in the kingdom and make the winner your new queen." King Harry loved this idea. He told the wise man to announce it to the kingdom. Now at this time there was a man living in Persia named Mordecai. Mordecai was a good man. Mordecai was a Jew. He worshiped the one true God. Mordecai had a niece who lived with him named Esther. Esther was very beautiful. When Mordecai heard of the king's contest, he said to Esther, "You should enter. You would certainly win." So Esther entered the contest. And guess what? She lost the contest. Oh, no, wait a minute. Somebody here's telling me that she actually won. She won the contest. So she was on the news of Shushan. Esther became the new queen. Esther went to live in the palace and was given all kinds of gifts. King Harry loved her very much. One day, Mordecai just happened to be standing near a couple of the king's guards, and he could hear them talking, saying to one another, "We should kill the king and take his throne." Mordecai knew this was bad, so he called Esther and told her about it. Esther went to the king and warned him about what Mordecai had heard. King Harry arrested the guards, and his kingdom was safe again. The king made sure that everything was written down in his history books to be remembered. The king also had an advisor named Haman, with his little son, Hamancito. Haman was a very proud man. He thought he was better than everyone else. Haman thought people should bow down to him, so he asked the king to make it a law. And the king did it. Now everywhere that Haman went, people had to bow down to him. But Mordecai would not bow down to Haman. Mordecai said, "I only bow to the one true God. I bow to no mortal man." This made Haman very angry. Then one night, the king could not sleep. He asked one of his servants to read to him from a history book. They're very boring and almost always put him to sleep. The servant read the part about Mordecai and the guards who wanted to kill King Harry. He asked what the book said had been done for Mordecai, but there was nothing in the book. The king called to Haman and asked, "What should I do for someone I want to honor?" Haman, being very proud, thought the king was going to honor him, so he said, Well, I would dress the man in the king's robes and put him on the king's horse and lead him around the city, telling everyone that this is how a man is honored by the king. Haman thought this was a great idea, and he thought he would enjoy it. The king said, "Great, do that for Mordecai, the Jew." So Haman had to do all that stuff for Mordecai. This made Haman even more angry, and he wanted to kill Mordecai. It made him so mad that he decided to find a way to kill not only Mordecai, but all the Jews. Because King Herod trusted Haman and listened to him, Haman went to the king and said, "The Jews don't think you're so great, so let me get rid of them for you." King Herod said, "Really? Well, I guess that would be okay. When do you want to do this?" Haman cast a lot, called a pur, and it landed on the month of Aviv on the 25th day. The king said, "Okay then, make it a law." Now, when Mordecai heard about this, he was very, very sad. He tore his clothes and put ashes in his hair. He went to Esther and told her, "You must talk to the king and get him to stop this. If you don't, we will all die." Esther said, "But I could die if I go talk to the king without him calling me." Mordecai said, "If you don't do it, Adonai will send someone else who will." So Esther prayed and asked Mordecai to get the other Jews to pray for her. She went to the king's court without him calling her. Very, very dangerous. She walked in knowing that she might be killed. Instead, King Herod was very happy to see her. He held out his scepter to her and told Esther, "Ask me for anything, and it will be yours." Esther replied, "My dear King Herod, please come to a special dinner I have prepared for you, and bring Haman too." So the king and Haman went to Esther's dinner. It was wonderful. There were all kinds of great food for them to eat. After the dinner, the king said, "So what can I do for you, my queen?" And Esther said, "Come back again tomorrow night for another dinner, and I'll ask you then. Haman, you come again too." King Herod agreed, and Haman was very proud to be invited again. He was so proud that he rushed out to tell his wife. But on the way he passed Mordecai, who would not bow to him. That made him so angry again, and instead of bragging, he complained to his wife. Haman's wife said, "Oh, stop it. Just build a gallows and hang Mordecai from it on the day the king said you can."
Yes, do it. Yes.
So Haman did it. He built it right in front of his house. The next night, Esther, King Herod, and Haman had dinner again. It was another wonderful dinner. The king finished eating and asked Esther, "So what is it that you want me to do for you?" She said, "Save me and my people." The king was confused. "Who wants to kill you?" Queen Esther said, "This man," and pointed at Haman. Haman was shocked. Queen Esther told King Herod that she was a Jew, and so Haman's law meant that she would have to die too. The king was furious. He ordered that Haman be hanged on the very gallows that he was going to hang Mordecai. But then the king said, "I can't change the law. However, I can make it a law that the Jews can fight back." So that's what he did. Then the king made Mordecai his new advisor in the place of Haman. On that 25th of Aviv, the Jews were able to defend themselves, and they won a great victory against the people who attacked them. God had used Queen Esther to save the Jews. And this is the story of Purim. No matter what the circumstances, even life and death, God can use you if you make yourself available to Him.